Hey everyone, so we're going to finish up this doily. Okay, so if you didn't watch part one, please go ahead and watch part one now so you're all caught up and you'll be able to do this lovely doily. Okay, let's get ready to do this. Okay, so I'm going to begin where I left off in the last video. Again, if you haven't watched part one, please go ahead and watch part one now so you're all caught up. And that way you'll be able to complete this crochet doily. Okay, so I'm going to make 5 chains. 5 chains. I'm going back in the same stitch right here. So after this stitch, you're going over in this stitch. And we're making a double crochet. We're going over in this stitch, double crochet. Now we're going to make 2 chains, double crochet again in the same stitch. In this stitch, double crochet, and we're going to make 2 chains back in the same stitch here with a double crochet. So you're supposed to have 1, 2, 3 of these. Okay, so as you go in each round, these will increase. Okay, these triangle. So you have 1, 2 here, you're going to have 3 here, the next row you're going to have 4. Okay, and so on. So we're going to go in this stitch now, and we're making a double crochet. So I'm going right in between my puff stitch, just like that, and I'm going to yarn over 1, 2, 3 times, 2 chains again, and now you're going over in this stitch behind your puff stitch, and you're making a double crochet, 2 chains, so as you can see, we're just repeating the rows. The only thing is they're increasing. Okay, now we're gonna join our motif to our doily. Okay, let's begin. So I'm gonna go between my puff stitch with a double crochet, and I'm creating another puff stitch. I'm gonna make 1 chain. Now I'm gonna pick up my doily. So this is what we're joining. Okay, these stitch are what we're joining. Okay, on the other side. Okay, let's begin. Okay, so I'm gonna push my needle through this stitch, through my 2 puff stitch, and I'm gonna pull my loop through. I'm gonna make 1 chain. I'm going over between my puff stitch on my left, and I'm making a double crochet, and I'm creating another puff stitch right now. Okay, and I'm going in the back of my puff stitch with a double crochet. I'm gonna make 1 chain, and I'm gonna pick up my V-stitch, 1 chain, double crochet, okay, now I'm going again, and I'm picking up a V-stitch, 1 chain, go back in the same stitch, go over, On your right, pick up your V-stitch, go on your left and go back in the same stitch, double crochet, go over in your next stitch with a double crochet, make 1 chain, pick up your last V-stitch over on your right, make 1 chain, and go back in your same V-stitch with a double crochet, go right over into your puff stitch and make a double crochet, because now you're creating another puff stitch. Make 1 chain, and now we're gonna go in the center, okay, of these stitch, and we're pulling our loop through, and now we're gonna go through our puff stitch again with a double crochet because we're creating another puff stitch. Okay, you're gonna pick up a V-stitch, and now you're going back in the same stitch with a double crochet, and I'm going over again with a double crochet in the next stitch. I made 1 chain, pick up my next V-stitch, 1 chain, go back in the same stitch on the left, double crochet, go back, and you can go in this stitch or this stitch, doesn't matter. On the left, double crochet, 1 chain. Okay, we're gonna go in this V-stitch, pull the loop through, 1 chain, double crochet on the left, double crochet again, and 1 chain, pick up your V-stitch, make 1 chain, and you're gonna go in this stitch with a double crochet, go right over between your puff stitch, make a double crochet, and we're making another puff stitch and 1 chain, and you're gonna join this stitch here, which is your puff stitch, and you're going in between sorry, with your double crochet, and you're making 3 loops in order to make your puff stitch. Double crochet, and now we're just gonna finish this row. I'm gonna make 2 chains, go back in this stitch, double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet, 2 chains in the same stitch, double crochet, and now we have 1, 2, 3. We need a 4th one, so we're going in this stitch here. We need 4 V-stitch, okay, and now I'm going in between my puff stitch with a double crochet. I'm gonna form another puff stitch just like that, 1, 2 chains, go back in the same stitch with a double crochet, and let's make a puff stitch, and we are finished. Let's count 1, 2, 3 and go in our 3rd chain, close it off, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Okay, and we're gonna go over and we're gonna do the edge. We're gonna finish the edge of this doily. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how to complete the edge or the border of this doily. So I'm going to make 5 chains. I'm going back in my V-stitch, and then I'm going to make a single crochet here and then 7 chains. So we have 2, 4, 6, 7. Go back again in the V-stitch, same V-stitch with a slip stitch, 5 chains. Okay, so you're working 5 chains, slip stitch, 7 chains, slip stitch, 5 chains, slip stitch in your V-stitch, okay? And then you make 3 chains to take you over, okay? And then in between your puff stitch, you make a slip stitch, 5 chains, go back in between your puff stitch, slip stitch, and now 7 chains, slip stitch, 5 chains, back in between your puff stitch, slip stitch. Now we make 3 chains to take us over. Now you're gonna go in your V-stitch again, slip stitch, 5 chains, slip stitch, 7 chains, slip stitch, 5 chains, slip stitch. So I think you get the picture. When I get here, I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so I just want to show you where we are right now. So we are right where we join our motifs. Okay, and I'm gonna make 3 chains, 3 chains, and I'm gonna go in the center of the motif just like that. Okay, so we're gonna make 5 chains, go in between where you join your motif, and you're gonna make a slip stitch. Now we're making 7 chains, 7 chains, go between where you join your motifs, slip stitch, now 5 chains, slip stitch in the same space. So this is what it looks like. Okay, and now 3 chains to close it off, and we're gonna go in between our puff stitch. Okay, are you ready to see our wonderful crochet flower doily? Okay, here it is, a beautiful crochet doily. Don't forget to leave me a comment, share the video, give the video a thumbs up, and if you are new to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe now. Remember, I have over 600 videos on this channel, so please go ahead and watch some videos and help me grow this channel. Until next time, many blessings to you. Take care. Bye for now.